What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and today I want to talk about why you may not be making gains. And this is specifically for the naturally skinny guys like myself who find it hard to put on weight. See, a lot of the times I'll get emails from guys that'll say, I've been eating a ton, I've been training, I've been basically doing all the things you're recommending, and I'm not growing. And so when I ask them things like, well, how much is your average weight going up? Are you maintaining it? Is it going down? Or, how big were your biceps when you started? In comparison to what they are now, your chest, your legs, etc. They 9 times out of 10 they can't really give me an answer. And this comes down to not tracking and not setting a starting point. So, for example, I have a son, right? He's 13 years old and I know he's growing, but I see him every day, so I don't realize how much he's grown until I see a picture of him maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, or maybe until we go to the doctor and they take his weight and his height, and then they reference the last time we went and they say, okay, well, he's grown this much. If it wasn't for that, then I would never notice how big he's getting, because I see him every single day and the rate of progression is so slow. And this happens when we are in a slight caloric surplus and we're gaining weight, but we're not gaining 10 pounds a week. So when you put on, for example, a pound per week, someone who's seeing themselves from day to day is not going to notice any visible changes. Right? It's not going to be till after maybe 8 weeks and you see maybe a picture of you 2 months ago that you say, oh wow, I am making progress. Or the person who tracks their weight daily. When you track your weight daily, you get an average of your weight at the end of the week. And so once you see that average weight is going up, it doesn't matter if it's a pound or half a pound, I am growing, I am in a positive energy balance, and this means that I'm putting on size. And then you can think further and say, okay, if I continue this, I can gain maybe 5 to 8 pounds in the next however long. And so that kind of yields that added motivation to know, okay, I am on the right track, so I'm going to continue here, as opposed to going by 4 weeks. You have no idea how big you were when you started. You have no idea how much weight, if any, you're gaining on a weekly basis. You have no idea if you're getting stronger or whatever the case may be, so you just give up because you assume that for whatever reason you just can't put on size. Maybe it's your metabolism, your genetics, either way it doesn't matter. So again, the main reason, or the main message for this video is, figure out where you're starting and track your progress. A few ways you can do that is, number one, like I stated, weigh yourself every day and get the averages. That's going to allow you to see the progress that's not visible in the mirror, especially when you're seeing yourself every day. Start measuring certain muscle groups, so maybe your arms, your chest, your legs. This is something that I started doing with my calves. So for example, my calves are puny, and they still are puny. However, when I was training them, years ago, I never saw any growth. So I said, you know what, I'm not going to train them. And most people had that same approach of, well, they're not growing, so I'm not going to train them. So what I did was, I started training them again with a certain approach, and I started tracking the progression. After a certain amount of time, I had gained an inch to my calves. Now, still, because they were so small, after however long, it was only an inch gained, but because I'm seeing myself every day, I'm not noticing the difference. But since I tracked and I saw that what I was doing was working, it kind of pushed me to continue doing it. Now I can say, okay, well, in another X amount of months or years, I'll have 2 inches, 3 inches, to the point where eventually I'll have respectable calves. Right? So that progress always yields motivation. Okay, another thing you can do, and this is going back to the calves thing, I have this picture, I have no idea where it is, but basically we're at the zoo and it's from the back. I'm walking, away from the camera, and you can see how pathetic my calves were. And then when I see that picture, in comparison to where they are now. Even though now they're nothing special, I can see the progress. So same thing goes for you. Take pictures every couple of weeks, and then maybe after a couple of months, look back at those pictures and you'll notice the progress that you weren't seeing before, because you're seeing again yourself growing slowly from day to day, and you're just not gonna be able to notice the changes again because you're seeing yourself every single day. Going back to the example of my son growing but me not noticing until I see old pictures of him or take him to the doctor or whatever the case may be. So that's pretty much it, guys. Start tracking your progress. Start tracking your weight. Start tracking your starting point for muscle groups and start taking pictures. And I guarantee that the progress you make will yield more motivation, and then that motivation will kind of snowball and get you and give you that momentum that you need to continue. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button below. Make sure to subscribe for more videos if you haven't already. Grab Mass in a Flash. It's a 12-week program designed for naturally skinny guys who want to put on size. It's completely free. Link below. Go there, put your name and your email address. You'll get instant access to that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.